Hello everyone, today I will explain how to install RPCS3 emulator, the PlayStation 3 emulator for computer, which I use to play the PlayStation 3 games in my channel. I will go through all the steps of the installation and the installation of the PlayStation 3 official firmware in order to allow the emulator to run the PlayStation 3 games. Firstly, you'll want to go to your browser and search for RPCS3, which will lead you to rpcs3.net, the official website of the emulator. Here in download, you can find the direct links for download and a little more information for each of the platforms you install: Windows, Linux, and macOS, and FreeBSD. But not everything is shown and explained in detail here, so you better go to Quickstart. I'll leave a link in the description directly to the Quickstart. Here it will talk about the platforms it is supported in, then the devices it supports as controllers. You can use your keyboard, obviously, and mouse. You can use the range of PlayStation controllers from PlayStation 3 up to PlayStation 5, so DualShock 3, 4, and DualSense, both wired and wireless with Bluetooth connection. It also allows the use and supports the use of the PlayStation Eye and even Xbox and non-Xbox and non-PlayStation controllers that you can connect to your computer. Then you can find some requirements, the minimum requirements to run the emulator and the recommended requirements to run the emulator. Be advised that all the games have different necessities. All the games have different performances. Some games need more resources from your computer than others. Some are heavier, some are slower, but be aware that RPCS3 mostly uses your processor. Your processor will be the main supporter of all the emulating process. Down here on the download part, you'll find the download for Windows, Linux, macOS. So you just download whichever you need. Here is a print screen from the interface. Then down here about the PlayStation 3 system software, the Windows distributable should probably be already installed, the version you need. This is only for Windows, but if you don't have the version you need, just install it. But for all platforms, you will need the PlayStation 3 system software. So you just click there. It will send you to the PlayStation site. And then you scroll down here to how to update PlayStation 3 system software. You select here update using computer. And then you click here download PlayStation 3 update. It will download the file ps3 updates.pop, which you will need. After installing the emulator, it will be something not like this. I mean, the color scheme will be totally different. You won't have the games, obviously. You should only have... I think you won't have this yet, the PlayStation 3 interface. You first need to go to File and Install Firmware. You navigate to your downloads, you select the PS3 update.pup, and you open it. And it shall install the PlayStation 3 firmware, make the first compilations, I think, and then you won't need the PS3 update.pup anymore. After that, your emulator shall be ready to run games. I won't go through downloading games. You do not download games. I mean, legally. What you do is, as you can see here in Quickstart, you keep going down. You can see here the PlayStation 3 game directory and save directory, how to get game updates, but I will show in another video how to update the games, which is not this way. I will use another way. And then down here you can find how to add your games. I mean, how to add your games I can show you, but first you need the files from the games, which can be obtained by dumping legal versions that you have, or downloading illegal copies from the internet, which I cannot show for obvious reasons. RPCS3 is totally legal. It is just an emulator. It is just a program that turns your computer into a console. Sort of. It just allows your computer to run the games, but you still need the games. Whether they are pirate copies or legitimate copies. Anyways, you have down here the drives that they state they are compatible. So you can have a Blu-ray drive on your computer and read the legitimate disc, the physical copies of your games directly without having to dump anything. I'm not actually aware on how to dump the games, so I won't be covering that because I really don't know how to do that. But when you have the files, the dumps, you just come to the emulator, you come to File, Add Games. You shall be directed here into the RPCS3 folder, which will not have this folder. This folder is my Skylander Figures folder, which as you see, this opens the RPCS3 folder, and so I thought this would be a convenient place to put the folder. So just go back here. I have this organized in my computer, the folders. So I have a folder with the games. You just select a game, for example here, and then you select this folder, and it will read the files. You don't need to worry about where the file is. You just gotta select the folder where the file will be. The emulator will run through the folder and get the game properly ready and set if it is properly dumped. And then it will load. You will have to load them one by one, at least as I'm aware. And then you shall have your games listed down here, which you can have on list or on grid. You can adjust the size of the grid and the list. If you don't see the games, just check that show game list is enabled. You can also change here, and you have a lot of options here. And that's it, basically, for the installing and setting up the emulator. The configuration shall be already selected from the start, the default configurations, and so the emulator should be good to go, which doesn't mean the games will run properly good. But that's for another video.